Hey, and welcome to Shatter the Vein. I got a special interview for everyone here on this episode. I got MYQ from SK Gaming joining me. Welcome.
Welcome. Thanks for having me here.
Is that correct, MyQ?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
exact.
It's I feel like I'm gonna say it wrong just because it is just three letters, but this is great having you here.
Yeah, thanks. Pleasure's mine.
For people that don't know who you are, you want to take a moment and introduce yourself. Who are you, and your role in SK Gaming?
Okay, so yeah, I'm Martin Marquardt, known for the in-game name MYQ. Um, I'm the head manager of the SK Mobile section and take care of pretty much the background work for the organization itself and particularly for the Vainglory teams and players.
Okay.
Making sure that processes and projects are running in terms of payments, I don't know, flow of information, and that our players find themselves in a healthy and professional environment.
Okay.
I'm also working very close with Arthur, known as a medic, and he's more responsible for the scheduling part and training sessions. Yeah,
Okay.
but we both act like managers of the Vainglory SK section.
Okay. Did SK didn't have any mobile scene or presence before this, did they?
We have Hearthstone,
Oh, okay.
and we count that in as a to the mobile section as well.
Okay. I always
Yeah,
forget that that's also on mobile. It goes back and forth so easily that it doesn't
yeah,
seem strictly mobile.
yeah, that's true. I mean, also for the professional part of it, most of the players play it on desktop PCs.
Right. Yeah. That's awesome. So I guess that stepping back before we get into like how the SK Gaming Vainglory thing happened, like what got you into Vainglory to begin with?
It was when I first read about Vainglory, it was on an online article. And to be honest, I was very skeptical that a mobile game will work on a mobile platform.
Okay.
But when I got my hands on the game, I was seriously impressed how natural and intuitive it felt.
Uh huh.
So yeah, I just tried it and I stick to it.
Were you playing any other MOBAs beforehand?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I played Dota for about 13 years.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like Dota and Dota 2 is definitely bigger in the EU scene than it is here in NA. Just like that, just see you hear a lot more stories and you hear about players playing Dota 2 over there than here more often.
Yeah, true. But also, I think last year Evil Geniuses won the International Cup. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
That's cool. Yeah, I've never played Dota 2. I've played League of Legends, but never played Dota 2. It seems like not joining it years ago. It seems daunting to dive into that game at this point.
yeah, you need to spend a lot of time
Uh huh.
to get into this game. That's true.
So you're playing that pretty regular, and you came across Vainglory. You're hesitant about it, but what about the game kind of captured your, I guess, attention or like love for it?
Y- Yeah, I think it was just the basic idea of playing it with your bare hands.
Okay.
Yeah, and I really liked it. I don't know. It was just I quit Dota from one day to another for this game, and I felt like this has so huge potential,
Uh huh.
and it just was so nice to play it, get to know new players, and yeah, be part of something which is like developing.
Right. Yeah. When you were playing Dota 2, did you ever have like a passion to be a professional gamer or think that opportunity would arise?
Not really. I would say I was more on the casual side of playing Dota. There was I think 1 or 2 years pretty much at the end where I played Dota 2 on a semi-professional level
Okay.
with other players, but yeah, I invested a lot of time in playing, not seriously enough. That's why the chance never arose for me to go really professional.
Sure. Yeah, you hear about all these players that are professional and just how many hours they put in. You're like, yeah, I don't think I can commit to that.
Exactly.
So as you were playing Vainglory and getting involved in the community, Red formed, right? Like that's kind of where the original, I guess, your team and your group of, I guess, friends came to be, right?
Yeah. I mean, Red was something we built pretty much with three players, as three players.
Oh, okay.
We got to know each other in a former team, which was one of the first so-called guilds in Europe, called GNV,
Okay.
a French guild, and we just decided because we built so much synergy to work together and found a new team, and yeah, from there on it was just we participated in events, we were very successful, and players wanted to join us. They saw that we are on the top of the European scene, for example, jetpacks, and
Right.
yeah, that's how it went.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it seemed like you guys, your name was always coming up. You guys were doing a lot of good stuff in the community. You had shirts and hats and all this like fun stuff before anyone was even like, oh, maybe we need that. Maybe what should we do?
Yeah, true.
It just seemed like you guys just had it more organized and together. Is that something like, were you trying to make Red into, I guess, a big team, like I guess the number one Vainglory team? Was that like the ultimate goal there?
I think that was one approach of us, actually, to be and to remain on the top spot of the European scene. But we always went for the idea that we really want to be something exclusive in terms of the esports industry, like a professional esport club just for the mobile gaming section. And yeah, that was the basic idea, and we were successful in the one part, and yeah, the other part is just, well, we will see what happens with mobile gaming in general.
Right.
And sports.
Sure. So then, I guess as Red was, I guess, winning and like more attention was on them, on you guys, that's when SK Gaming kind of got interested.
Yeah, I think SK Gaming, it was a special situation. This all happened when I was luckily invited to the European Esports Conference last year, and there I met the managing director of SK and also the CEO of Fnatic, and I found myself in a panel discussion with them about like how to professionalize gamers. And during the breaks, we had some great talk, and yeah, the managing director of SK was convinced that mobile gaming will play a big role in the future of esports.
Was that, I guess, did that seem like a weird or awkward panel, like, you know, Fnatic and SK and you up there?
Then Red Gaming, like, yeah. I mean, it was, as I said, it was luckily that they were interested into us. There was an esports conference in San Francisco some months before, and they had also at the Shred there, and he talked about mobile gaming. So they were really interested in the mobile gaming section in general. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I guess how'd the process go? Was it just kind of like, yeah, let's make this happen? Would you guys want to come on board, or did you guys have to like prove yourself and go win some tournament and be like, all right, now we got the prize?
I think it was just it was just a call, the meeting, final decision on our side that we take this chance to become part of SK Gaming, and yeah, that's where we are right now.
Mm-hmm. What did it seem like? You guys were the first, I guess, guild organization to get I don't want to say gobbled up, but like approached and like taken in by I guess a bigger organization. That seems like a very unique case and unique story to have. Like,
yeah, I mean there was one team acquired before by Gamers
G2,
2.
yeah, that's
G2,
right.
G2, yes, yeah. But of course, I mean SK Gaming has kind of a different standing because it's so established esports organization. They are in the industry for so long, and the name is brought all over the world already. And yeah,
right. Yeah, that's fantastic. And then when they took you in, like the roster of SK's Vainglory team is like massive. There's like about a dozen people on there.
Yeah, not exactly decimal, but yeah, indeed. I mean, usually you don't see this, right? You
Yeah.
don't see like a professional organization coming up with 2 or more teams, and these teams are attending in one event. Yeah, but we have the resources to do so,
Okay.
and also the rules allow it, so we go for it. But yeah, on the other side, it's also very hard. I mean, keeping the family spirit at the same time as caring about the individual needs of players. Yeah, it's a hard task to master.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it does, I guess, help that like you can have 2 teams and one team can be competing in the VGL while another team's in Korea in the VIPL. So they're doing the same thing but almost in different places.
Yeah, I mean, when there are international events running at the same time, of course, we have the capabilities of sending one to this event if we are getting invited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
When the SK team went to Korea, was this like a moment where maybe you and everyone in SK Vainglory were kind of feeling like this is like a real thing now? Like, oh, you're in the esports world.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the exact point where our players felt the pro gamer thing is like becoming real,
Okay.
but it definitely helped a lot to those who attended. I mean, some of them were already in Korea before. I think for the Vainglory World, what was it? World Invitational.
The Invitational, yeah.
Yeah, and they got some experience from that, but yeah. I mean, when the deal was like officially made and we got some stuff from SK, people are running with these nice hats, and
right?
All the stuff. It just became real, yeah.
Man, it's like fun. It had to be exciting to like, I guess, like tell your friends and everyone like, yeah, SK, you probably watched these guys on Twitch or maybe gone to an event and like, yeah, I'm part of them now.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I always dreamed about like being a professional gamer or something, and yeah, when the opportunity arose, it was just crazy for myself.
And so the teams, like, what are the teams now? The 2 teams are Prometheus and I'm blanking on the other name.
It's Chimera.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
What are the 2 rosters of these teams?
So we have one 5-man roster and one 6-man roster. Okay. We have a 6-man roster for SK Prometheus, which is the main roster is Leon, Jetpacks, and Valdemar.
Okay.
And we have on the substitute role Bayou and Red Wolf. And let me see. I don't want to mess this up right now. We have so many players, as you already mentioned. But yeah, so we have also people, like very well prepared and good players on the substitute roles, and on the Chimera team it's Medic, Cream, and AD0, which we know also from VIPL, and then 2 substitutes, which includes myself.
Okay.
But yeah, I wanted to step back from playing professionally anyways, so if there's an emergency, I will jump in and I will be also prepared and trained. But yeah,
I think you kind of need those subs, especially in a mobile game like this where everyone's not playing, like going to a studio like League of Legends and Riot does. Like everyone shows up, they play. Right now everyone's at their house or even a gaming house, and something could go wrong. Like the internet could drop out or the iPad could, completely die on them. So I think having these subs is, I guess, a different idea than some of these other games.
Yeah, it's super crucial.
Mm-hmm. And then having yourself as a sub, like you're probably more responsible. I think Pawn by Ukrainian, he's a sub on one of the teams just for the fact that like, hey, I can be here if something happens. Trust me.
Yeah. You have to support on all the ways, right?
Yeah. So if you're just a sub and you're in this manager role now, do you even get to play the game that often?
Yeah, not that often. That's why I also want to step back from playing, because I can't compete at the highest level, I think. But yeah, I will play almost on a daily basis when I can, and also train with the real players. And yeah, I think I can can keep up my skills.
Right, at least maintain a little bit there, right? You don't want to fall so
Yeah.
behind that.
Yeah.
That's cool. So now that like SK Gaming and Team Secret and G2 have come into the EU and are interested in these teams and guilds and organizations, like why don't you think we've seen any NA teams yet or organizations like TSM or Cloud9 come in here yet into the NA scene? Like what's special about EU?
I wouldn't say there's something special with the EU. I mean, esports in Europe has always been like big, and I think for America this will just come with time. I'm not worried at all about American esports and teams getting acquired by professional organizations. And I feel like 2016 is the main year of growth, as we already see rapidly increased numbers of players, viewers, and also the prize money. So they are just a bit hesitating, maybe, but they will move on to this. And
Do you think they're like, are they waiting for that perfect moment as if it's like a big tournament or as soon as maybe the ESPN starts, having Vainglory on their new esports site or something? Are they waiting for like the legitimized moment?
Well, I really don't want to judge this. I don't know why they are waiting with this for so long. Because as early as you start with it, you can earn some experience, and it's actually a good point when you really do one of the first steps in your country or in your region.
Yeah.
So let's see.
I bet they all talk to each other because they don't want someone to be the first and then have to play catch up and right, like, oh no, they did it, we got to get in there. Who's available? That's like the C team. Oh, we don't want that. Yeah, I'm excited to see as these other organizations get in and more people start to find Vainglory and get excited for it. It's cool. So with the VGL coming up, or the second qualifier here, like what's planned for SK? Is it just go in and win that kind of thing? Is that kind of the hope?
Yeah, I think the main strategy is always to win.
Yeah.
But hopefully we will qualify with both teams for the winter season live finals in London. And bring the title home. And then we will aim definitely for an international event, for winning finally an international event and bring the title to the European community, because they are all waiting for this. And we were kind of, I wouldn't say underperforming, but we couldn't show really what we are capable of.
Okay.
And the VIPL and in Korean events right now.
Yeah, we don't know. Well, most of us, or I guess anyone who's probably not in these top teams organizations, don't know what the qualifier is for the VIPL this year. They haven't announced that, so I'm sure we'll find that out pretty soon and get some more info on that. But so is there a good chance we will see both SK teams at the live championships?
There's a good chance, for sure. I mean, for the brackets, it's tough again, but we want to. I mean, the viewers want to see tough games and tough.
Right.
So but I'm super excited, and at the same time, I think we can do it.
Mm-hmm. It seems like the teams are getting better, both here in NA and EU. Like you're watching these matches and like looking at the brackets, and you're like, holy moly! Like these teams and these players like are really good.
Yeah, I mean they invest also a lot of time, right?
Right.
So there has to be an improvement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does seem like more people are definitely getting paid to play, like putting in the time and like figuring out some different comps and strategies that do work. So it's the games are more interesting.
Yeah, I mean theory crafting and all the background work is like getting more and more interesting for teams, for the professional organizations. I'm super excited when I see stuff from Gangsters coming up. They come with all the sheets and the graphs, and I mean it's theory crafting even before patches out. It's helping a lot.
Right. Owen's over there puts together the massive amount of data all the time. It's nuts. So do you see as the VGLs that are happening, like they happen so fast, do you think we'll get to League of Legends, Dota style a size with the Vainglory? Is it kind of
Um,
tough to say? Like the mobile growth, we keep hearing the numbers and like seeing the, I guess, projected trends of like, yeah, it's gonna happen, but it's,
yeah, I I'm not sure, but I hope so. And I mean, when you just compare the bare numbers of growth in player base for the first year for the games like League of Legends and Vainglory,
yeah,
you will find out that Vainglory grew already faster.
okay,
I mean, of course, the release of League of Legends was, I don't know, 7 years ago.
yeah,
I
six,
don't
seven,
want to
yeah,
be 6, 7 years ago.
yeah,
It's like, of course, different state of time. But Vainglory in theory, I mean, Vainglory as a mobile title could attract definitely more people worldwide than what we know any PC platform game has done so far.
yeah. So do you think there's any stigma of like telling someone like, oh yeah, I play this game professional on an iPad versus oh yeah, I play professionally on the computer or Xbox? Like, uh, is there something different? Do people like take it like, oh, you're practicing, like you're just on your phone sending messages or playing Candy Crush?
Yeah, I think for now we have this yeah this is currently what we see actually when I'm honest. People not really taking it serious when you say that you play a hardcore game on a mobile device, but if they take a closer look to the game, they will definitely be proven wrong. So yeah, we have to work on that.
Yeah.
We have to show the people. We have to maybe marketize the game a bit more. Um, I would be so glad to see Vainglory being played on a real like big tournament broadcast. For example, I don't know, Intel Extreme Masters or something
Yeah.
like that, where you reach so many, where you reach just so many people who never have seen something like that before. And when we when this part or when this situation
Hmm.
comes through there,
Yeah, that'd
yeah,
be.
it will change. It will change definitely.
Yeah, I think that seeing the stuff at PAX and when I was at TwitchCon, like when you see him on the stage and other people are walking by or like tuning in and just like, what is this game? They're playing on that. It kind of it's almost a double take right now for people. They're like, whoa, I need to check this out. Like, whoa, it's really interesting.
Yeah. I had the same experience when we were at Gamescom last year, and I mean, lots of casual League of Legends players just came by and started to look twice, and then they tried it, and then you saw them already playing the game on a real good level because the transition is very easy.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then I guess a final question before we wrap this up here. Like, so you had the skill, you started, you got into the game. I hear these stories from a lot of people that either start working for Super Evil or just go on this path. Like, they were just kind of like doing, I guess, their dream and doing it for, I guess, the love of the game at this point, since we're talking about Vainglory. Any advice you'd share with people who are either like trying to run a guild right now or trying to do this professionally as far as Vainglory goes?
Yeah, I mean, what always counts is that stick to your dream. Try to work hard for it. For the pro players, there's much more than being good at the game. I mean, you need great social skills, the willingness to improve, and some charisma. So it's hard to say. There are so many ways where you can help the game and the community grow.
Mm-hmm.
And if you find something where you're really good at, just find some comrades, some guys who want to support you, want to work with you, and you can do it.
It seems like the path of the professional gamer is, I guess, even harder and more of a dream than, I guess, just working for Super Evil. Like, I guess they both seem like when you're just getting into the game, you're like, oh, this would be awesome if I could do this full time, and then, or maybe work on this game. Like, they're both pretty fantastic ideas or thoughts when you just start it up. So yeah, hearing those stories from people of just like, wow, you just you did this for so long just because you liked this game and you were interested in it, and now you're doing it for real. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, there are lots of stories about it actually. I mean, for myself as well. I just did it
Right.
as a hobby after my like real job, and invested so much time. But finally, yeah, I'm doing this full time now.
That you tell your wife or your friends or your mom, you're like, yeah, look, this game paid off. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, always parents judge you when you're young, and they tell you, well, this is gaming. You're gonna waste your time, kid.
yeah.
And then some years later, you come up and say, well, this time was like really worth it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, MYQ, thanks for joining me. Where can people get in touch with you or learn more about SK Gaming? Twitter, website?
Yeah, exactly. So our Vainglory guys all have Twitter accounts. You can follow them. They almost daily tweet there. You can find our players on Twitch. Some of them are streaming, and whenever there are news about rosters or games, upcoming tournaments for SK Vainglory, just check our website, skgaming.com.
Okay, I'm looking forward to watching the teams play in this coming VGL, so good luck, and thanks for joining me.
Shatter the Vein. Let's get this over with.